Welcome back to a brand new episode of Gen Z BTC. It's me, bro, Satoshi Guapamoto. And today, I'm here to tell you that if you're in your 20s and you think you're young, your life is over before it even starts, unfortunately for you. 1/3 of Gen Zers are willing to take on $2,000 worth of debt for a meaningless summer vacation. Now, I talked in another video about how experiences are important, but another thing that you have to realize is a little bit of common sense. If you don't have money for experiences, unfortunately for you, you need to stop being so privileged and entitled that you think you deserve something and then you go in debt for it, okay? What happens when you go in debt for something that is so temporary and fleeting as a trip to Miami, right? Where you're just going to basically get an STD and then have to pray that you can get an abortion, right? Basically, what you're doing is you are becoming a slave. Who are you a slave to? The borrower is slave to the lender. Do you understand? There are some people who are going to pay off their credit cards forever. They're going to be paying them off forever until they default. They're going to be paying off their student loans forever until they die, until they're dead. Your student loans don't go away. You cannot default on a student loan. Look it up. Your student loan doesn't go away. There's going to be people who are going to have to get their car repossessed. Car repos are the highest they've ever been. Okay. People are going to have to get evicted out of their houses. All this stuff because they're taking on too much debt. They have not enough income and they have no assets. Partially because they were in their 20s. Some of you are 25, 26, and you still think you're a kid. I don't know. Over 50% of some people's income, mostly Gen Zers, is going towards travel and events. I cannot tell you how many people are constantly talking about having no money and being broke and going on vacations, traveling places, and going to like EDC. You know what I mean? VIP, going to concerts, Bad Bunny. Okay, everybody loves Bad Bunny, but you're paying for insane, exuberant seats. You can't even see them from where you're sitting. You're in the nosebleeds, you're buying $20 beers, and it's just brutal. It is truly a tragedy. This is called bread and circuses, okay? You are literally distracting yourself from your horrible life by making your life worse. This is an insane stat. You know what's even worse than that? 50% of people in general, not just Gen Zers, 50% of Americans cannot afford a $500 expense. If something came up randomly and you're like, oh man, I need $500 now, they cannot afford it without having to take on some form of debt. What is happening in the system? What is happening in the system? What's happening is we are trying to get more and more people indebted to rich people so that they can keep getting richer while you keep getting broker. What happens when someone is in debt and then that debt that they take on, maybe it's credit card, the company is gaining 30%. They're gaining 30%. They're gaining 30% on top of whatever you took out. This is how they get rich forever. 50% of people who are Gen Z, they are not saving, they're not investing, and they have no plans for retirement. They have no plans for retirement. When you talk about saving and investing, if you have a high yield savings account, that's probably going to get you 4%, okay? 4%. You're going to look like a brokey and a moron. Your money's not doing anything in a high yield savings account. Investing, if you're picking the wrong stocks, if you're doing individual stocks, not only are you not making money, you're losing money. Your money's going down. You're coping. Now you're crying. Now you're broker than ever. These guys get a guaranteed 30%. Guaranteed. Because all they have to do is make sure that you ask them for money. And then you're forced to pay it back. What happens if you don't pay it back? Well, a credit card, it's not that bad. You just default. And then for 7 years, you can't buy anything because no one trusts you. And they think you're an idiot. Right? Well, what if you can't pay off your house? Well, that's not really that bad. I mean, the sheriff's just gonna come to your house, knock your door down, maybe beat you up, and then drag you out and embarrass you in front of your neighborhood. And also your stuff's gonna get taken out as well, maybe sold and auctioned off. So, I mean, it's not really that bad. Also, you're going to be homeless, and being homeless is actually illegal since the Supreme Court made sleeping outside illegal. So, maybe you'll get arrested. And also, the 13th Amendment actually allows so that the United States can enslave people. The 13th Amendment doesn't ban slavery, it actually enables it only for the government. So, you're going to be a slave working in a for profit prison for who knows how long. It's not really that bad. If you can't pay off your car, what happens? I mean, yeah, they're going to come repo your car. You're never going to get it back. Maybe you got to walk to work. Maybe you lose your job. Maybe you go down this spiral where, once again, you're getting kicked out of your house because you lost your job, because you lost your car, which was your means of getting to your job. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? What do I know? What do I know? These are insane numbers. And it's happening every single day. And there's a lot of people who are unsure about the future. They're uncertain about the future. And one way of them dealing with the future and coping with it is just saying, well, fuck it. I wasn't going to make it anyway. I'm in my 20s. I'm in my 20s. That feeling of being young or wanting to be young doesn't go away, by the way. There's some people who are 30 saying, well, I'm in my 30s. There's some people in their 40s. Oh, I mean, I know I'm getting up there, but I'm in my 40s. You know, I can still. This is sad, bro. This is sad. They're literally feeding you into this idea of just being a consumer. In this world, you're either a buyer or a seller. And there's too many of you buying, and you don't have any money. Okay? It is insane. It's not okay. And someone has to stand up and say, bro, you have to stop. You have to do something different. What is happening? Where do you think this is going to go? Like, what is the end game for this? Okay? Look at some of the boomers today. They had it easy, by the way. They had easy money. Some of them cannot retire. Every time you go into a Walmart or into a little local grocery chain or to a Target or something, and you see someone who's there and they're 70, you see some security guard who's just sitting at the table going like this, saying hi to people, not checking the receipts or whatever, and they're 75. It's not because they love doing that. It's because if they don't do it, they're going to die because they can't eat food. Because food is not free. Housing is not free. And I don't know, maybe you want to do that. Maybe right now you're 20 and you're very excited to be 70, sitting at the table, watching people steal stuff out the front door while you sit there and your back hurts and you're not allowed to leave or go to the bathroom until your manager gives you the A-OK because there's no one to cover your position while you're there. And maybe that's exciting to you. I don't know. It's not really exciting to me, but everyone's different. I don't know what needs to happen for people to realize that the world's going to get a lot worse if you have no money. It's time to get serious. It's never too early to get serious. You don't have to be a hermit. You don't have to just stay in your house all day, stay in your room all day, never spend a penny. You don't got a penny pinch, but what you do got to do is stop buying fake designer. Okay? Trust me, I had that problem. I had that problem. I still got a lot of Jordans. They are not real. Now, don't get me wrong. That was technically saving money because some of them were only $20, $30, and they look pretty good. Sometimes you got to buy some clothes. Sometimes you got to get fly. Okay? But designer's only cool if your dollars match. That's facts. So it's going to take a long time for some people to realize this, and it might be a little too late. Might be a little too late. Don't end up like that. If you're in your 20s, start grinding now. You can either start at 20 and then you can stop at 30 and retire for the next 40, or you can start at 40 and then maybe never end up stopping. You know what I mean? You can get serious now and relax later, or you can get serious later and never be able to relax. I mean, I don't know. The choice is yours. You can laugh now and cry later. Or you can cry now, laugh later. Really, the choice is yours. It's up to you, brother. Whatever you want to do, it's your life. Just thought I'd bring some of this information to you. And if you enjoyed that video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with someone if you think they need to hear something similar to this. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. A lot of great content on the way, so make sure you don't miss it. Ring the bell icon and stack sats or die trying.